I'm Paul McLeod from Bespoke Analytics in Bermuda. We're a data and analytics and integration company specializing in the Bermuda market, mainly with, the insurance and finance industries like international insurance, reinsurance, banking. But we also work with the local government and local utility companies. We're kind of a jack of all trades in some regards. We've been operating about 20 years now. We've been a Timextender partner for 5, and quite excited about what that product actually delivers. That really comes down to just our expertise in this space. And what we find is that our clients might have IT professionals in-house, but they maybe don't really understand the data space, the nuances, the technologies they've got to use, and the different best practices in this arena. And we have that expertise, so they don't have to get that on board themselves. We also understand the verticals of the industries that we serve, so we understand the reinsurance companies data and what they need to do with it. So I guess a key value add is just we provide that resource that they most likely will not have in-house, and we can advise them on what they want to do in the data space, either from a platform and technology perspective, or in the kind of specific solution they're trying to put in for their business users. Really, again, it comes down to the resourcing side of things. And, if they don't have a team of their own to build out, and not many of them actually have that, then they just can't get to the data that they need. And so they're constantly, manually trying to assemble data themselves. And they've got a lot of compliance requirements that they need to meet. And so that becomes problematic. So, the value add we give is we help automate their access to that data and make sure it's compliant with what they need to do from an audit perspective. Well, obviously, AI is the thing that everybody's wondering about and talking about. A lot of our companies are still on premise and are kind of exploring what they can do in the cloud. Some are fully in the cloud. And so, a combination of those factors, how do I prepare for and understand what I can do with AI, combined with, what aspect of the cloud makes sense for our organization, is really the biggest kind of challenges and the things that I think coming down the pipeline regarding data. It's just changing so fast. It's all about the quality of your data. I mean, one thing that's for certain is that AI will trust your data. It doesn't care. So you better make sure that you do have good quality data to feed that AI tool when you get to that point as an organization. Because if you don't, it'll just give you really fast, wrong answers. So data quality is really, I think, what it's all about at this point. I guess for me, there's 3 key advantages. One is speed. Because of the automation, you can just do things faster. The other is the reduction in risk. Because you're using an automated single platform to do the development, you're reducing your key man risk. And the third would really be the kind of the governance and the automation aspect of it around deployment, which future-proofs the solution, but then also makes sure that whatever solution you're building is kind of automatically out the gate compliant, which is important for the finance industries. So really, it addresses it from 2 different angles, which is kind of interesting. So to be compliant, these finance industries have to they have to have data to be able to meet their regulatory reporting requirements, and they have to have faith and trust in the data they're reporting. They have a legal responsibility to do that. So by being able to actually build very quickly and very flexibly a solution that allows them to do that, helps them meet those compliance requirements. And on top of that, they're going to be audited on those systems that they build for their compliance reporting. And the automated, governance and audit capabilities built into Timextender just knocks that out the park. Well, the thing I think is key about that is when you're dealing with these multiple and different types of sources, traditionally you may have to be using multiple tools for that integration layer, which becomes problematic and builds risk. Timextender, you're doing it all on one platform. Yeah, so it's the first thing it does is it actually just makes that process easier. And because of the automation aspect of it around things like when they should be executed, and you're doing it through an orchestration platform, it just simplifies that whole process. So the time to insight is massively important for a number of different reasons. The first is time is money. So if we can help our clients build solutions faster, it could just physically costs them less, and that's important. But the other is they have very dynamic, business environments that they're working in, and their need for that data and the complexity of the data they're representing is constantly changing. So having a platform that's flexible and agile and allows them to, change those business rules and the data that they're leveraging quickly to meet their fast changing business environment is a crucial factor for them. So it plays a key and central role. The first thing you've got to do to be able to provide self-serve analytics for your business users is you've got to be able to quickly build a data model for them, let them use it, and then be able to adjust it based on their needs. Most often you get your end business user, they don't truly know the full extent of the data they need until they've started to play with it, and invariably they're going to need more. So having a platform that you could rapidly, adjust and tweak and bring in additional data or change data out for the client is a key piece for allowing them to have that self-serve access to that data. Really, the biggest impact is just it's given them the tools to be able to undertake these complex data journeys. And historically, we then be looking at how they might do it themselves internally or in a more traditional approach. It creates an awful lot of key man risk and technology risk that sometimes puts them off undertaking the project entirely, and so they limp along on manual processes. Timextender with its automation and its low/no code approach means it just makes the creation of those data platforms, those data environments easier. And so it enables them to be able to actually work in that space.